Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening. If it happens to be those times where y'all are at, welcome to me and Banjo's tarot card reading and drawing. I decided to switch it up this week and do the Crow Tarot. We've been doing the Dragon Tarot for a while, so might as well just switch it up. Anyway, I hope y'all are doing well. If you're East Coast, Mid Coast, East Coast, Rust Belt, East Coast, hope you're staying warm. Me and Benji are staying warm. I keep going outside, and I think it's like 25 degrees outside here in San Antonio, Texas. I keep going outside without a coat on. And I'm like, it's not that cold out here. It's not that cold out here. And then I go inside, and we have the heat this year. It's good. I go inside and I say, man, it was cold outside. I don't know why that happens. Kind of contrast. I wasn't out there for long, like 5 minutes or so. Anyway, is that normal, or is it just my body just used to this Texas and 90-degree weather? Let me know if you know the answer. Anyway, very cold and very icy, so that's very exciting for me and Banjo. Something new and different. I put Banjo, he's got a t-shirt and 2 sweaters on when I take him outside, when he needs to go outside. I've seen Instagram reels where they have like little shoes for the dogs. So I might have to get Banjo those. Anyway, yeah. The end of January, here we are. Here I am. Here y'all are. In this corner of my room. Tarot card studio. Ready to do another tarot card reading. I really liked last week's tarot card reading. I thought it was so interesting. I really think the Devil card in the Dragon Tarot is very different than all the Devil cards in the other decks. So with that being said, here we are with the Crow Tarot. So hopefully we won't get the Devil card, but we might. I don't know. Anyway. I got the squirrel I painted. Can you see? Can you see? Benji, what is it? I gave him a puff treat. What is it, Benji? Anyway, it's supposed to have 2 sides and have a light in the middle, but it broke. So I just have this part. I usually have it by my TV. But I said, you know what? Might as well just put it in the video. Why not? Anyway, what else y'all got going on? Anything new in your tarot card endeavors, readings, endeavors? Have I been helpful or no? You gonna give me one more shot to be helpful for y'all, or you're getting another tarot card reader? Okay, I'll try to do my best then. You know, I see this cactus over there, and I think it would look really well in this tarot card video because it's so cold outside. I say that because it's 25 degrees, but if I go outside, I have a t-shirt and sweatpants on. And some socks. They're diabetic socks. I'm not diabetic, but I have the diabetic socks because I think they look so cool. So, and they're warm. They're super, super warm. So, I'm gonna go get my cactus and put in this video so we can get this winter vibes going. How about you? Ben just says that's fine. 1 second. Okay, what do y'all think? You know, this little cactus I got, I love it. I can't remember where I got it. It was, I think, probably Lowe's. And this is the only pot that we had. It wasn't my favorite pot, so I tried to decorate it. And then I did not finish. So anyway, I'm going to have it right here close to y'all so you can see it. I like how predatory in nature this cactus looks. Don't touch it. Okay, I've already tried it. Don't touch it. Maybe through the screen is your best bet. Anyway. Alright. We're all winter vibe ready. Oh, hold on. Okay. Ready, Benjo? He's looking at me. You go, puppy. What's your treat? Anyway. Hope you're doing well. We're gonna go ahead and get this started. Staying warm, doing all this stuff, and being really prickly cactuses. All right. You got his other tree. He's leaving out his new tree. Okay. Got all these shells right here. I guess, since not much of a small talk, chit chat introduction, just gonna get things set up with y'all. So here, you ready, buddy? Okay. Right. Not that it's anything out of the norm, but I'm probably going to reference the book. I've not done the Crow in quite some time. Anyway. Now Banjo's on his peanut butter treat. Okay. If I had some sort of production, I would be like letting y'all know this information and somehow in the video. And now Tarot Card Puppet Banjo is eating his peanut butter treat. He has moved on to taking a nap on a blanket. I think some people might want to know that. No? Okay. Alright. Guess we can go ahead and get started. We're doing the Crow Tarot, and I think maybe why not just do the Crow Tarot spread. See what our heart energy is like in this cold winter storm fern. And what's going on there. But, like I like to mention, if y'all were here on a one-on-one, or maybe you bring your friends or whatever, of course, all of these decisions would be up to you. I'll just go ahead and make these decisions in the meantime. Tarot Card Puppet Banjo has moved his location again. It's so cute. It's my cute shirt today. I'm gonna have to show y'all his shirt. 1 second. Okay, you ready? Here's his shirt. You can see his shirt. Let's go, Banjo. They can't see your shirt, Banjo. It says Mama's Fur Baby on it. He looks so cute in it. Maybe you can see like that. Oh, what's the cactus there? Is he okay? He's so cute. They used to have really good shirts at HEB. They were like $10. One of my favorite shirts of his is one that says love, and it's LOVE, except the O is like a longhorn skull or a goat skull or something. It looks so cute in it. Anyway, I have a lot of pet stuff at HEB, but I have not been getting it recently, so anyway, his sizing is a little different because he's a small dog, and so you think he would wear like a small or medium, but he's long, so he has to get like a medium large or something. I don't know what size that one is. Anyway. Cute puppy Banjo. Now he's rolling around. Alright, y'all ready to start? The 10-minute introduction is going to look nice. Alright. Okay, shall we pull a card for the puppies? Benju, 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 you got the 3 of Cups. Okay, the 3 of Cups for our pets. This is really great. It's celebrating with friends. And I guess a hint of moderation, a type vibes going on. I say that because this reverse is the opposite. It's saying there's not a lot of moderation, and that's a problem. So we have a bit of a moderation and rejoicing with friends, hanging out with friends, which I think is similar to the Dragon Tarot. Got this truth garland and a pear tree. So that's really great, huh, Benju? He says, yeah. Alright, so let's see what we got going on this week. The 9 of Wands reversed. I'm going to have to look up what the reverse is. This is a heart energy. Can be either permanent or something that's temporary. Why? Because it's an energy, something that has taken a hold of our heart energy. The 9 of Wands upright is really great. You will have almost completed a task. The little crow just has one more wand to put up. Oh, this one is very interesting, and it seems very appropriate for a wand. So the 9 of Wands reversed is a caution, for blaming others, for lack of progress on a project. Wands is fire, action, spirituality, and travel, and this Wands and also the earth element. The Pentacle has a lot to do with like a career or tasks or completing of opportunity or job. So yeah, this is a caution that maybe you shouldn't blame others if there's not a completed task or goal set forth. And I say it's interesting for the Wands because the fire, the spirituality part of it, I think is very interesting. very kind of introspective and stuff like that. The Nine of Wands also cautions against a self-sabotage and stuff like that, which considering the spirituality aspect of this card, I think is very interesting. I think it's a very interesting card to get for our heart energy. I'm wondering if it's permanent or temporary. If it's a permanent kind of heart energy, I think that's very interesting. I would say that would indicate our heart energy of being very giving, very sensitive to others. And I guess a bit of maturity because of this willingness to look at our own problems and evaluate that instead of blaming others, right? So I'm a bit unsure if this is our permanent energy or temporary energy, but either or, I think it's still a pleasant card to get for the most part. The self-sabotage kind of stands out to me because it seems a little probably the worst part of this reversed Nine of Wands card. And so for the self-sabotage to be in the heart energy and kind of in our spiritual side of ourselves, I think is very interesting. So yeah, we'll see where that goes. The present is a platform for the future. The Ten of Pentacles, this is just great, especially after the card we just got. This Ten of Pentacles is a very pleasant card, right? This Ten of Pentacles is a really strong foundation in your home life, your family life, and other things that are very important components of the human nature. And obviously a bit of spirituality here. You see the church windows, but it is a pentacle and earth element. So it makes me think that maybe this reverse Nine of Wands might be a bit more temporary heart energy, something that's taking a hold of our heart energy and not our permanent heart energy. It seems like this kind of sometimes what is that expression? You give good vibes, then you receive good vibes, or something like that. It kind of seems like this may be going on here for us, so that's good. Maybe this reverse Nine of Wands, as far as the self-sabotage, can be like being overly critical of ourselves to the point where we can't complete a task or something like that. So it's a good thing we have this Ten of Coins, Pentacles here with such a strong foundation. So our something helping us or holding us back. The reverse magician. This is very interesting. The magician is, this would be our first major arcana deck card. And it being the magician, I think there might be mixed feelings about whether this is something helping us or holding us back. I think overall what this card here is for is definitely something to help us and not hold us back. But being the magician, it may seem not the case at some points in time. Maybe a bit of frustration might occur but it's kind of like the personality of the magician. Um, the reverse magician is warns of using the a spiritual realm, and not just spiritual realm. What does it say in the book? Um, okay, so this kind of yeah, connected powers to the spiritual realm. Um, this little magician crow here. Um, and so what that could, I guess that can mean a lot of different things. If somebody is, it could be knowledge, it could be experience. I would say definitely experience, considering the magician is the second card in the major arcana deck. Um, so there's some sort of connected to the spiritual realm warning in being used for greedy purposes. I would say that that's not the magician card. I would say that the magician crow, and probably not what the magician card is about, but definitely something that needs to be dealt with, and maybe why in our temporary heart energy we have a bit of it's manifested as a self-sabotage is the emotions that maybe we're getting, and maybe this inability to complete something that maybe we want to complete in a certain way, a task or something like that, project. But this reverse magician crow, I think, is overall a really good sign, something that's really going to help us. And there might be some sort of mischievous and what is the word? Malevolent kind of energy going on. Um, and in a major way. Very intentional, I guess I should say. This isn't something that somebody's like, oops, I accidentally ran into you and spilled your coffee. I'm sorry. This seems a bit more intentional than that. Um, so we have a bit of greediness going on in our energy for some reason, but the magician is here to help, and we have a really strong foundation. So that's great. So whatever kind of and like I said, the worst part of this reverse Nine of Wands is the self-sabotage. And so I'm kind of like hyper focused on the worst. But this Nine of Wands can simply just be uh, 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 not self-sabotage, just this maybe you haven't completed a task or project because you just keep adding stuff onto it, which is fine. That wouldn't be self-sabotage or anything like that. Um, oh, and the blaming others, right? Very introspective and kind of bringing that energy in, which is, I think, positive. Yeah. So let's see our hopes or fears of the tower. This is interesting. I would say this is probably fear. The tower is something greater than ourselves, so like a lightning storm striking the tower, and the crows flying away in fear. But as your tarot card reader here in our tarot card readings, this fear response is not something we shy away from, right? Um, I think this is a fire element. I'll have to double check. But I guess we're dealing with our fears. As far as this being our hopes, I don't think that's the case. Um, so the head of the crow, we have the tower card, and if we're going to deal with fears, I guess this is the card to do that with. Um, the tower card is about our fear response, human nature, our physiological and psychological response to a stimuli that creates this fear emotion. And I would say, as far as the magician with this experience, the more you experience these things, the better you get at it. I would say with experience comes, there's experience, and then that builds to this kind of innate response, meaning kind of like what is it called? Not a knee-jerk reaction, but just kind of like an automatic response after you've become accustomed to the experience of this fear. But the tower is a sudden change. Um, Fire. And I think it'll probably be really helpful for this reversed Nine of Wands situation. Whatever this reverse Nine of Wands situation may be, this blaming others, I can't imagine it's us. So maybe somebody else may be trying to be blaming us for something. I would think a self-sabotage just because of the placement of the card, this heart energy. And as far as a self-sabotage, I think being overly critical of ourselves is probably what that means. So I think this Tower card, which ultimately represents change, is going to be a really good a card for us. And it's kind of a, I guess, not for beginners, right? This is a card where if you don't understand what's going on in the situation, then you're not going to be affected by it. But if you understand what's going on in the situation, then obviously you're going to be affected by it. So this is a very positive card. We have a fire element for the head of the crow and a fire element for the heart of the crow, so that's interesting. So yeah. Our grounding energy is the reversed King of Cups. I usually, if y'all have kept up with my tarot card videos, you probably recognize this King of Cups card. And today, as our grounding energy, it being reversed, I think it's not the negative meaning. I think this King of Cups is probably really positive. I think it's interesting. We have water for our grounding energy, and for our heart and our head, we have the fire energy. Water is feelings, loves, dreams, creativity, maybe even psychic energy. And if you don't like that term, then just kind of a connectedness to the universe, just this kind of things falling in line, I guess. But this reverse King of Cups usually means something really dark and negative, but I think today it has a very positive meaning. The meaning of a Zen master, ability to control your emotions, I think is really positive. And it again, this our heart energy seems extremely protected right now, and with very interesting cards in doing so. Unconventional, I guess you could say. So yeah, I would say there's a lot of turbulence, I guess you can say, going on, especially with the Tower card. But this, our grounding energy, this reverse King of Cups, I think has a very positive meaning for us today. So that's really positive and good. I'm shocked at how positive our tarot card readings have been. So I guess we can keep going. Let's see what our past is. The reversed Hierophant. This is very interesting. I love the Hierophant. I like the High Priestess and the Hierophant. I like them better than the Empress and the Emperor cards. The Hierophant represents, they're so cute in the Cat Tarot too. But anyway, here in the Crow Tarot, this Hierophant represents a structure and I want to say fundamentals, but I guess foundation and rules, following the rules. And so reversed is not a negative meaning. The reversed is a positive meaning. Sometimes we follow the rules and sometimes you have to make rules. So thinking outside of the box and stuff like that is something this Hierophant does. The Hierophant, I think, is the earth element. I'm just gonna double check. Yeah, earth. Oh, religious institutions, higher learning, tradition, and education. Which is very much, I guess, like logic and reasoning. And so when it's reversed, it kind of leans a little bit more on creative thinking and stuff like that. So in our past, we have a very strong past. So that's great. Let's see what our external openings and uninvited energy is. The Two of Cups reversed. This is very interesting. We have all of these major cards and then the reverse Two of Cups. The reverse Two of Cups is not to be mistaken with anything else other than kind of a love relationship. With the Two of Cups and the Lover's card here in the Crow Tarot deck, there could be an element of business, partnership, but for the most part, 9 times out of 10, this is a romantic partnership. So here we have it reversed today. I think is very interesting. Considering the Tower card here, I really like it. My mom's texting me about Gypsy. This Lover's card, I think, is probably very reassuring in a lot of communication with this fear element going on. This is sudden change. And again, I just want to emphasize this fear response is nothing to be embarrassed about or anything like that. Our bodies have been in the period of evolution for, I don't know, when do you want to start that? Since we first became Homo sapiens, or maybe since the Earth was here, which was like 4 billion years ago or something like that. So I think this reverse Two of Cups, even though it's reversed, which I'm kind of a bit hesitant about, this grounding energy, I think, is kind of all-encompassing with all of that stuff. So as far as this is specific Two of Cups here, especially reversed, there's a bit of concern and kind of taking a moment to evaluate that. But I think overall it's really positive seeing this Two of Cups here. So if you're in a romantic relationship, there's the Tower, but then the Two of Cups reversed in the external openings and uninvited energy. So I think for the most part that could mean that you and your partner are going to be very open with each other as far as barriers and maybe even blaming others, whether it be blaming others or self-sabotage, however that situation may be in the heart energy. I think here this Two of Cups in our external openings and uninvited energy is very positive. That's not going to be something that's directed towards your partner or yourself. So that's great. And if you don't have like a partner or romantic situation, I would say not that this card does not apply to you, but maybe it's a step in the right direction. I'm not sure who wouldn't want to have like a romantic partner and somebody to share their lives with. So whatever this, a lot of fire than water. We have this earth element here. So if you're not in a romantic relationship or anything like that, I would say whatever experience and sudden change this is definitely going to lead you closer to whoever that person may be if you have not met them yet. So for our future and outcome, the High Priestess, this is so great. We get the Hierophant and the High Priestess. Rarely does this happen. This High Priestess is upright, which is very interesting. Um, she represents mystery and I guess the spirituality. For her to be next to the tower, our fear element, I think that's probably like the most appropriate place for her to be. Um, I think she's probably deals with a lot of that. The High Priestess, as far as her future and outcome, I think is very interesting. Um, this is our future and outcome. There might be a bit of a blind spot. Usually here in all the tarot card readings, they have a future and outcome card, and something that we get to know and kind of peek into. But this future and outcome, being the High Priestess, I think there might be a bit of hidden and mystery going on there, and that's fine because she also represents a lot of getting signs of maybe, I guess, helpful indicators from the universe of maybe if we have any questions of what we should do or not. So if there's going to be moments of confusion or a pause because you don't know how to proceed forward, the High Priestess will be there to give you signs of what to do next. So this is really great. I'm going to look really quick what she means. She's a water element. Oh, well, this is great. Transforms the idea into a tangible reality. So I think she's really great next to this Tower card and this reversed Nine of Wands here. So if you're like, considering this is like a Zen master, if this is like present, like past, present, and future, or present as in like you're just like meditatively present at each moment in time, I think this is just a really great spread. If you start here in your heart energy, and whichever way you go, you're gonna be very protected, and not only protected, but have a lot of knowledge and information and challenges for you, and that's great. A very, very positive and past and present, so that's great. There's really nothing bad about this spread, so lucky us.